Welcome back, man. Let's talk about it. Lewis Automatic in here, and we gon' stand on business. We standing on business. This whole episode, we gonna stand on business, man. Like it's been the talk of the town, been the talk of the net, man. Everybody been talking about it. So I said, you know what? Paid to cost TV. You know what I'm saying? We have to talk about it now. Before we get to that, you know what I'm saying? My people, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up for yourselves. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like this shit kind of crazy though because like I was listening to some Ti earlier and like um let's just talk about this, man. Let's just not even bullshit. Let's just get straight to it, man. Hold on, yeah. Let's get straight to it, man. The kids, man. What do you do with a unruly child? Now, I actually, even though you know what I'm saying, I'm still a young guy. You know what I'm saying. I do have some friends who started younger than me, let's say, so they have some older children. Shout out to you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my niggas, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Getting it in early, you feel me? But so like some of my niggas do have damn near adult children or like children that's at least in their teenage years and shit, you feel me? So it's kinda like I guess as a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but as a parent that's something that every parent has to come to that moment where their kids, you know, basically boss up on them or like you know, challenge them, let's say, you know. I've had my with my father, I've had my moments where you feel me, like basically we was beefing and shit, but I will say it never got to that extent because the one time I did try to boss up and stand up, like it was like dog. That was the first time I ever felt grown man strength. Cause when I say like nigga, as soon as I got up, I was right back down type shit. So like that kind of ended that. But I got it in early. You feel me? Like I think King is like around 19. You feel me? Like I was about 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in, you know what I'm saying, the west side Detroit inner city, it's a little bit different circumstances. But to give the young man some, I don't know, credence to his argument, even though we know, like, we saw him grow up on the family hustle, like the mansions and all that shit. But at the end of the day, TV is smoke and mirrors, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And, you know, there's been a lot of allegations about things that was going on in that relationship. And some of the shit we do know because we saw the Floyd Mayweather situation with T.I. and Tiny. So there's some shit going on, you feel me? And it might have been the reason why he was at his grandmother's house or he wanted to be at his grandmother's house, you feel me? So, you know, so you always got to like think about it from both ends. Why does this young man, does he seem to be, out of all T.I.'s children, the one that have like the most angst and the most rebellion? Now we've seen him smoking weed in the jacuzzi. We saw King, you know, have an incident at the Waffle House. I saw another incident where he was like outside like a van or some shit, and he was like about to go in his bag and get the strap. You feel me? Like this little nigga be fooling. And I'm sure there's a bevy of other incidents that we just don't know about that's taking place in Metro Atlanta. You feel me? So, like, what is the remedy? What can Ti do? Like, it's so crazy. I was listening to the song "Ride with Me." He's talking about, you know, all through the West Side, come and ride with a G. I remember being King's age listening to that record. Probably older. I mean, probably younger. You feel me? I was probably younger than him listening to those records. And like now T.I. basically has to deal with, you know, basically the behavior of his child. Now, we don't want to speculate on how people been rearing their children. Plus, you know, like I have a great deal of respect for T.I. just as an MC and as an entertainer, you feel me? And as a, you know what I'm saying, relatively stand up dude, you feel me? Now, you know, a lot of people gonna talk about the goddamn 1-800-TIPS shit. You feel me? And I can't lie, that shit is crazy. But, you know, I'm not a disrespectful type of guy, so, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna leave that shit right there. Like, to T.I.'s defense, he will say, nigga, there's nobody in jail because of any information that he gave. Now, some niggas just ain't gonna try to hear that. And I'm going off on a tangent on some whole other shit, but most niggas ain't trying to hear that. And then you got the other shit where he talked about with his cousin. I think his cousin died and he was in jail. He said he put the gun on him. It'd be a lot of shit with T.I., you know what I'm saying? But we still, we pretty much ride with him regardless, just because, like, how great of a rapper he is, how great of an entertainer he is, how much he actually gave to the game. I mean, he did represent as a street artist for the street niggas. He's pretty much been certified. You feel me? So, like I said, niggas fuck with T.I. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck with T.I. You feel me? But like this is just an interesting situation because this has nothing to do with the music, but when you look at basically the industry that he's in, which is the entertainment. Now, don't get me fucked up. Kids rebel against their parents, and their parents could be a fucking doctor, lawyer, whatever, bus driver. It doesn't matter. Kids rebel. You know what I'm saying? We all have had our own form of rebellion in one form of another to varying degrees, right? But when you look at a kid who grew up in a mansion, essentially, yeah, he spent some time with his grandmother, but a kid who grew up in a mansion, like I said, we saw you grow up on the family hustle. Like, you never, regardless if you were always in that house or not, you never wanted for anything. There has to be, there's a gap, there's a void missing in King. You know, there's a void missing. Perhaps he may feel like, because that he wasn't, his father maybe wasn't as hands-on with him as he would have liked to be. Maybe he felt because he was always at grandmama's house. And, you know, so they'll say that, you know, you used to hold your breath and want to go there, but, you know what I'm saying, still, psychologically for a kid to know who his father is, and, you know, basically not, I mean, I just saw a Busta Rhymes interview. It was a real good interview. I think it was Diary's CEO on their channel. And Busta Rhymes said that he's had to miss his kids' graduations. You know what I'm saying? He's had to miss his kids' once in a lifetime opportunities that you can never get back. And you can't always just disregard those type of things, right? Because I was watching somebody else, I think it was Mr. Fantastic on his YouTube. He was talking about the things that I think he was breaking down the same situation. And he was talking about how, like, the incidences, or not incidences, let me take that back. The events that he missed in his children's lives that affected them, their relationship in a negative way. You can't tell him, or you can't even tell those children to just wait, just handle your business. Really, you can't just tell the man, just handle your business right now, and the kids will understand later. It's because you telling them the kids will understand later because you made all them sacrifices for them. But at the end of the day, they suffering from what's going on right now. When you miss your kids, I don't know, 6th grade graduation because you got to perform. And Busta said it himself. In that moment, he felt like he needed those things. But in retrospect, he could have did without some of those things that he missed his children's lives for. You see what I'm saying? So we can't just look at everything that he has, like, oh yeah, you grew up in a mansion, or you might have like the best Sweet 16 car. Your daddy bought you a Benz for Sweet 16. We just looking on the outside looking in, but come on, if we think about it, every successful person has had to miss some important events for their child. So when you buy that kid that Benz for their Sweet 16, or that, you know, whatever, or you take them on extravagant, lavish trips, and I mean, of course you want your children to enjoy the best of life, but you are overcompensating for the time you miss. You know, because it's like, look, I'm taking you on this extravagant trip because of all the time I miss in providing you this lifestyle, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I enjoy the trip. Your kid, I'm putting myself in the kid shoes. Yeah, he enjoyed the trip, but that don't necessarily fill the gap, you know what I'm saying, that's missing from, you know what I'm saying, my dad being there, because that's intangible. Like, you being there, yeah, that's physical. That's you being there and not being there in the physical, that's one thing. But the gap that it leaves me is something that the physical really can't feel. You know what I'm saying? The physical can't feel that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You miss, like, my biggest game. Or, like, I remember they said I wasn't going to graduate. Now I graduated, but, like, dad ain't there. You feel me? So now that leaves a hole in you that a new car really can't feel, because a new car get old, but those memories last forever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of where the public might get it wrong, because, I mean, don't get it twisted. Overall, we all need money to live. So, like, we all need our basic necessities met, and we would all like to, like, basically live, of course, above just the basic necessities and shit. But is that the most important thing, or is it, or is yeah having your basic necessities, but then having the love and like the intrinsic values that basically coming from just having your family there, your father there. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that money can't buy. You feel me? Like your dad teaching you how to play catch, or teaching you how to shoot your free throws when you go to tryouts. You feel me? Like there's money can't buy none of that. Like no matter how much money Ti buy, he can't buy your way on the team. You feel me? But when dad is in the yard coaching you, teaching you how to shoot your free throws, or like teaching you how to throw your fastball, you feel me? That time that dad put in, you feel me? That can't be replaced. So I feel like when people, we just looking at the money saying, oh yeah, like even like they were like probably in the suite or somewhere. But like he's saying, nigga, basically from King perspective, he like, nigga, yeah, I had all that shit, but I ain't have y'all. You feel me? Because Tiny is a celebrity too. So she's just not at the house. She got engagements and shit to do and places to be, you feel me? So like I think that, you know what I'm saying, in standing on business, we gotta look at the situation from the holistic standpoint. I mean, like I said, like T.I., as far as the rapping shit, he in my top 10. But we can't just look at niggas and say they been the best role models. I mean, T.I. is a gangster, you feel me? Like that nigga stood on business. ASAP, you don't know me. This nigga was talking that shit, bro. And you gotta think about these your kids, bro. So it's like, I mean, I feel like overall, I still feel like he did a good job raising his family, all things considered, where he come from, and then his line of work. Not just saying that rappers just ain't shit niggas, but it's like, nigga, rapper, you do kind of portray that lifestyle, and you always on the road, so you never home. You just sending money back and being home when you can. And then, yeah, damn, when I'm home, I probably want some time for myself and shit. You feel me? For real, for real. But I mean, that's the life niggas chose. So I mean, yeah, man, it's a difficult situation, especially like to see it unfold in the public eye like that. Because I think it started off kind of. And here's the thing, though, you know, it started off kind of like jokingly, but you gotta be careful because like, you know what I'm saying, like King, he was joking with his parents back and forth, but then when they started to kind of go in on him. When they kind of started to go in on him, it touched the nerve. You feel me? And like obviously we know why, but like I just feel like as parents, your parents be so quick to embarrass you. You feel me? But it's like, nigga, sometimes I feel like that's even in my life. You feel me? Growing up, I feel like I wish they would have kind of held certain shit. Not saying like I was on no shit like that, but I'm just saying like with anything, you just kind of wish like your parents think it's cute to embarrass you and make it, you know what I'm saying, make you look a certain way. But it's like they don't be considering everything that's going on with you psychologically when they do something like that. Like King is going through an identity crisis even at a young age. Like it's maybe not even a quarter life crisis. He's not even lived a quarter of his life yet, so he's not even having a quarter life crisis, let alone a midlife crisis. That's probably some shit T.I. going through. But I feel like they were kind of like they were kind of negligent of his psychological state, so to speak. Even like if something that is sensitive like that, if something as small as that can send them on such a psychological tirade or whatever, that's not the first time that's happened. I guarantee you that's not the first time that young man done tripped over something that wasn't shit. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it on live. We've seen it on on Instagram and shit. We've seen it type of shit King and got into. So it's kind of like I feel like they kind of misreading him. But I mean, like I said, I'm on the outside looking in, and like we speculating and shit. But like they put their life on display for the world to see, so we gonna talk about it. You feel me? And that's what we're here to do. Like I said, I've had my wars with my parents, but they had already instilled so much fear / discipline in me that I wouldn't even want to bring shame in a public forum. Like we could just knock down, drag it out behind closed doors. But as far as like in the public, hell no, I'm way too fly. You know what I'm saying? Way too clean. I ain't about to be arguing. I ain't about to have my mama looking crazy. You crazy, nigga? That's my mama. But hey man, peace to that family. I seen some like, and here's another thing. These people on Instagram, I mean, Instagram has become the weird place, man. because these people be posting these. I mean, we know on YouTube people be clickbaiting, but these people be clickbaiting with these memes saying all type of wild shit. You don't even want this type of shit. You don't even want to repeat. But it's like, bro, like these people got to stop, man. But they need to be stopped because like people gonna do what they gonna do. But just putting out that bullshit, saying all type of crazy shit about, you know what I'm saying, that's still father and son. Like, was that My Life Your Entertainment? I know that was Usher. That might have been T.I. and Usher. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think that was T.I. and Usher. My Life Your Entertainment. I know Jay-Z and Beyonce, they made the song Hollywood. It's like, nigga, their real life, their real family drama. Like, remember, they put us in the family hustle, but their real family life drama is our entertainment. And I feel like it's kind of sick in a kind of way because it's like, yeah, they put it out there, but we such fiends for negativity and for media shit that we know this shit is poison for everybody involved. It's poison for the family and it's poison for the viewer. We not really gaining nothing from that, just other than watching family dysfunction. And some people just point at T.I. Now they get to get their judgments off. They point at his son, his wife, and they getting their judgments off. But they not. Come on, bro. Niggas got to look at what's going on in their own backyard. Like I said, we all done been through shit. So, like, I'm not here to drag nobody in. I'm going to cut it right there, though. But this was something I had to talk about while it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? I had to cut out some time. And I'm glad I did it. It's your man, Louis Automatic, Paid to Cost TV. Yeah. Signing out.